Okay. Can everyone that's on the panel let me know if you can hear me?
We can hear you and see your slides.
Fabulous. All right. Well, we'll get started. All right. So hello and welcome to the orientation policy development for advocacy in global health course. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules today to join us. Our goal of conducting this webinar prior to the start of the course is to help you have a smooth start, orient you to the course structure, learning activities, and expectations. I would like to call your attention to the right side of the screen where you should see what we call a chat pod. If you have technical support questions, please post them here and we will respond. There is also a question and answer pod or a Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. Please use this pod to ask questions about the course and we will answer your questions. This just makes it easier for our team to ensure that we see every question and give you all an answer. We will be recording this webinar, so if you do miss anything, you can rewatch it at a later time, and we will post a link in the announcements and send an email. So let's get started. Here on your screen is the team that is putting on this course on policy development and advocacy in global health. Your lead instructor is Jeff Lane. Our student support specialist is Dawa Greenleaf, and you will hear from her throughout the course. And then my name is Liz Scott. I am the e-learning developer who helped to create this course. We also have Missy, Meg, and Linda, who are your administrators, and you may have already heard from them, but you'll also hear from them periodically throughout the course. And finally, Chris Joss, who is our digital media and e-learning support specialist, and he will be providing technical support for this course. As you know, this course is offered by the University of Washington Department of Global Health e-learning program. We are based in Seattle, where the gold star is. The purple countries are where you all are and other students in this course. This course explores the complex array of factors that affect the development and implementation of public health interventions through the public policy process. You will also be prepared to effectively engage in the policy process as both an analyst and advocate to work towards improving health equity around the world. You will learn about how to apply tools and frameworks to analyze public health problems and design policy interventions to address those problems at scale. You will also learn strategies from effective policy advocacy to improve the likelihood that evidence-based policy proposals are adopted and implemented effectively. You will also develop a familiarity with some of the current issues and controversies in global health policy, how non-governmental organizations engage in policy advocacy, the role of courts in reviewing health laws and policy decisions, the potential for international treaties to support and also undermine public health, and the impact of intellectual property laws on access to essential medicines. So please expect to spend about 5 to 6 hours per week on this course. You'll be watching pre-recorded lectures, posting to discussion forums, completing weekly quizzes, readings, and working on your final project, a written assignment. And we'll discuss that shortly. The first week is an opportunity for you to familiarize yourself with the course website, review the syllabus and expectations, complete a course policy quiz. You must take this ungraded quiz to access the rest of the course. You'll also be asked during week 1 to start module 1 of the course and learn foundational definitions and framework for policy development and advocacy. So please do not forget to do module 0. Module 0 is what helps to unlock module 1 content. So throughout the course, you will be graded on each of these activities. Here's the overall grading rubric, sorry, not gradebook, grading rubric. You can see that discussion forums are worth 20% of your final grade. There are 5 discussions. Your discussion group, which will have about 25 to 30 people, is different from your local site group. This is so that you can interact with people from different regions and countries. The weekly quizzes are worth 20% of your final grade, and you will have 2 attempts for each quiz. And I also forgot to mention that discussion forums will occur on the odd week. So there will be 5 again that are 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So coming back to the weekly quizzes, each week you'll have a quiz that is 10 multiple choice questions. And again, you will have 2 attempts for each quiz. You will also write 5 short writing assignments. And these are bi-weekly assignments that will be due during weeks 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So the even weeks. So discussion forums again will be on the odd weeks, and the bi-weekly assignments will be on the even weeks. And so each week for the bi-weekly writing assignments, you will receive general feedback about the weekly activities you complete rather than customized feedback for each student, because there unfortunately are just too many students for us to respond individually. So let's briefly touch on the biweekly and final assignment. This final assignment will be a policy brief that you will work on throughout the length of the course. You will have the entire length of the course to develop your final assignment. Every other week, the even weeks again, you will complete a short written assignment to help you build your final assignment, the policy brief. The final assignment should reflect a synthesis of all you have written, discussed with your cohort peers, and proposed as part of your weekly coursework. Please do not leave the final assignment until the end of the course. And again, to help you build your final assignment, during the even weeks of the course, you'll be asked to respond to a short writing assignment. We ask that you write 1 to 2 sentence responses for each question presented. These written assignments align with the content that is presented in the week of the assignment being due. So use the content presented each week to help you respond to these questions. Also, be sure to save your writing assignments and integrate them into your final project. These weekly writing assignments are really meant to help you build your final project throughout the course. And to earn a certificate of completion for the course, you must pass with at least 70% average on the graded activities. And if you are part of a site group in this course, your site group is required to host a minimum of 4 site meetings, although many sites host more than 4 sites meetings. The participant attendance and requirement is that you attend at least 3 out of the 4 meetings offered by your site, which can include this orientation session. If your site offers additional meetings, we encourage you to attend as many as you are able to. As always, please defer to your site coordinator for details about the participation expectation at your site. If you are not enrolled in this course as part of a site group, then this attendance does not apply to you. And certificates are given to participants who successfully complete the course and meet all requirements. Shipping of the certificate typically takes about 8 weeks after the course ends. Our courses are for professional development and do not currently have academic credit or apply towards a diploma or degree. We encourage you to note your course accomplishments on your CV under professional development and for job applications. We do calculate continuing education units, CEUs, based on the course hours. So for more information about this and our certificates, you can locate this on our website. Many of you are part of a local site, and site meetings allow you to discuss how to apply the course concepts to your own local context, particularly if you're taking this course with others from your organization. They are also good for an opportunity to network with your peers. With that said, due to COVID-19, please follow local public health guidelines for meeting in person. We do recommend meeting virtually out of an abundance of caution. And just shifting gears a little bit, I want to take a moment to talk about plagiarism, which is a problem we have had in some of our courses in the past. To support academic integrity, we may be checking assignments to see if you have copied anything from other participants or plagiarized from other sources. Plagiarism is taking existing work and not crediting the source, which makes it seem like the idea or the work was your original idea. If you do want to quote a source, please cite that source. You are robbing yourself of learning the concept taught in the course if you're just copying from other people's work. And here on your screen are some examples of plagiarism. When you have a direct quote, you must acknowledge the source. Even when you paraphrase or change just a few words in a sentence or a paragraph, you need to cite your source. And any assignments that reveal any degree of plagiarism may be subject to a 0 score. So please, guys, when in doubt, please just cite your source. Okay, so shifting gears just a little bit again. Now I'd like to mention technical support and other course requests. We strive to resolve your questions as quickly as we can within 24 to 48 hours. Please remember that for many of you, we are half a world away, and we may not see your questions for 12 hours. Also, if you do send an email on Saturday or Sunday, we will respond first thing on Monday morning, Pacific Standard Time in Seattle. There are discussion forums for you to ask technical support and content questions, and Dewa will show you this in a moment. You can also email edgh@uw.edu. This is listed at the bottom of the screen, and one of my colleagues will also type it in the chat panel for you. So if you email us at edgh@uw.edu, we can respond to your questions more quickly if you include the following information in your initial request. The name of the course topic. So for example, this course, you might want to say policy development. We ask this because there are multiple courses running at the same time, and it just helps us considerably if we know specifically which course you're in. The email address you are using to log into the course, a detailed description of the problem, a screenshot if applicable, and if you're experiencing the problem on a mobile device. We do not encourage use of Canvas on the mobile device, but if you are using a mobile device, just please let us know. Okay, so with that, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Dewa, who's going to give you a tour of the course website.
So much for that, Liz. I'm going to share my screen. You let me know if you can see it. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. All right, great. So as Liz said, I'm going to give you an overview of our course homepage itself, so that once you are added to the course, you will be, you'll kind of have an overview of where you can find things and just kind of know your way around the course website itself. So I'll start with this, this purple panel that is on the very left side of the screen. So the first tab you can see there is the account tab. And that is where you would find your account information for Canvas. The next tab is this dashboard, and the dashboard will show you any current courses that you're enrolled in. So if you took a course with us last year, that would not show up on your dashboard. Again, the dashboard is only for active courses that you are currently enrolled in. So this course would be there, and then if you're taking any other courses with us this term, you could find those there as well. The next tab is the courses tab, and we're in this course right now, and I'll take you through that. There's also a calendar feature which will allow you to take a look at the assignment due dates in calendar format. So some people find that very helpful. There's also an inbox feature which you can use to email me. However, I would recommend that you, instead of using that option, to just email me at edugh@uw.edu. I'm finding that a lot of people tend to have issues with this inbox feature. Sometimes messages don't get delivered right away, and then if you send an attachment, those don't always come through. So really the best way to reach me, and the way that really seems to work the best, is to just email me at edugh@uw.edu. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go to this next set of tabs, right just to the right of that. The first one is the home page, which is what we're on right now. You can see information about our course instructor. My contact information is listed here. There's a welcome message from our instructor. And then some links at the bottom for the course syllabus. The modules page, which is where you'll find all of the course material for this course, will be found in modules, and I'll take you through that. And then you also have some links to technical requirements, and then also the introductory module, which Liz talked about, and I will show you in more detail. To the very right of the screen, there is a to-do list, and this will give you an overview of the courses, or I'm sorry, the assignments that you have coming up that are due. So you can see that the assignment is listed here. You can see the first two assignments for this course are the Module 1 discussion and the Module 1 quiz. They're listed here. It tells you how many points there were, and then also tells you the due date. And then these items are hyperlinks. So if you hover over, if you click on these links, it will take you directly to the assignment that is listed. Okay, we'll go ahead and go into the next tab, and that is the course syllabus tab. And this gives you some information about our course instructor, as well as myself, a course description, which Liz went over. And then here you can download the course syllabus, which I would recommend that you do as soon as you're added to the course. So I would download a copy of the course syllabus so that you can have that to reference as you go through the course. Our course objectives are listed out, and then there's some information here, this information about the amount of time that we estimate that the course will take. As I said, it's 9 hours, and it is a 10-week course. And then as well as the intended audience, and then the structure of the course, which Liz went over, we'll do it. We'll take a look at within the course and within the Canvas course as well. And then the course requirements are listed here, the technical requirements for our course, the outline, the topics for each of the modules, the assignments that are due. Again, there are 5 assignments that are due throughout the course. The grading is listed out here. And then again, in order to pass the course, you need to earn at least 7% on all graded activities, across all graded activities by the end of the course. Some general course policies are listed out, but I do want to take you down to the very bottom of the page where we have this schedule and course summary. So this is just another way that you can access these assignments throughout the course. You'll see as we go through this course tour that there are multiple ways that you can access the assignments. So this is just another way that you can access them. This gives you a list of all of the course assignments, the due date, and then again, if you hover over these assignment names, they are hyperlinks, so you can click these to take you directly to the assignment. So all of these assignments are listed out as well as the due date. All right, the next tab I want to show you is the announcements tab. And this is where all of the communication from myself and also from Jeff Lane will come to you. So we will send you an announcement, usually a couple times a week. Every week at the very start of the week, we'll have kind of an overview of what we will be covering that week. And I've opened one for you just so that you can get an idea of what that looks like. This is the welcome announcement that you'll see when the course starts. And it just gives you just kind of a general idea of what we'll be covering in the course that week. Any assignments that are due are linked here, as well as the due date. And then the module itself is linked, and any other important information that you might need are linked here. So these will come to your email that you use to log into the course. But if for whatever reason you happen to delete an email or you can't find it, you can always go into our course page and go into announcements, and you can find those emails here. So again, these will come to your email, they'll come to your inbox, but if you need to access them ever directly, you can also find them here in announcements. Okay, the next tab that we're going to go through is the modules tab. And again, this is where all of the course materials can be found. There's no required material outside of this course page. So we first have this introductory module, and this is what you're going to want to go through once you are added to the course. So you'll want to download the course syllabus and you'll want to go through the introductory module. And this module just has a lot of really helpful information to help you be successful in the class. We also have this introduce yourself discussion where you can just share a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself to your classmates. And then we have this course policy quiz. So the course policy quiz, just to reiterate what Liz said, is based on the course syllabus and this introductory module. So once you go through those two items, you can take the course policy quiz. Again, this quiz is worth 0 points. So it doesn't count towards your final grade, but it is required in order to access the first couple of modules. So you can see the modules are listed out below. We've got modules 1 through 10 listed here, and most of them are grayed out because they do unlock kind of on a rolling basis. So they will unlock the week before we are scheduled to cover them. So if you want to work ahead in the course, you are welcome to do so. But I did open module 1 so that you can take a look at it so you can see what to expect. So our modules are all kind of structured the same way. We have a little bit of an introduction to the module, the topics that we're going to be covering. The learning objectives for that module are listed out. And then the lectures are listed here as well. So something I want to draw your attention to in terms of ways that you can view these lectures. So there's a few ways that you can view the lectures. The first way is you can click play and you can stream it right then and there. But there's also a couple other options. You can download an MP4 of the lecture video so that you can watch it later offline. You can download an MP3 of the audio only of the lecture. And then we also provide PDF transcripts for all of our lectures. So if you know that you're going to be stationed in a resource limited setting, you can use some of these downloadable features so that you can still access the course materials, even if you don't have internet access. So again, the modules open a week early, so that you know that you will be away from internet access coming up for work. You can download the course materials and work ahead. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll. So you can see here the readings are also linked to the lectures and then any activities and assignments. So here at the very bottom, we've got the assignments for this course. And so we have, for this first module, we have the discussion and the quiz due. And then we also have the assignment, which is not due in module 1, but you will contribute to it. in module 1. All right, so then going on to the next tab, we have the quizzes tab, and you can find all of the quizzes listed out here. So we have a quiz due in modules 1 through 9 of the course. The quizzes are worth 2.2 points, and then they are made up of 10 questions each. And we have the response quizzes here. And then we also have the 4 written assignments that are due throughout the course. And so again, as I said, these written assignments are due in modules 2, 4, 6, and 8. Next is the assignments tab, and I'm going to show them by type. So we have the discussion, and the discussions, there are 5 of them. They are due in the odd numbered modules. So they're due in modules 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And then below that, we have the quizzes listed again, and then the written assignments. And then you can see here the final, the policy brief final assignment is listed here. So you can see how much each of these assignments are worth. The discussion forums are worth 20% of your final grade. Your quizzes are worth 20% of your final grade. These 4 written assignments make up 40%, and then the final is worth 20% of your final grade. So one note about the course, the assignments throughout the course, if you happen to miss an assignment, if you miss like a discussion or quiz, that's quite all right. They're worth, a small amount towards your final grade. You just want to make sure you stay on top of these larger assignments, like these module 2, 4, 6, 8 assignments, and then also, of course, your policy brief. You definitely want to make sure that you get that submitted at the end of the course. Okay, the next tab is the discussions tab. So I want to draw your attention to the top of the page. We've got a few pinned discussions listed here. We have that introduction discussion that we saw earlier in the course. And then we also have this technical support discussion. So if you have any technical support issues, you can post those questions there. Chris will monitor this forum and can answer your questions there. We also have this course content forum. If you have any course content related questions, you can ask them here. I will monitor this forum and answer your questions here. And usually peers will tend to chime in and answer one another's questions as well. So again, you can ask your course content questions here, or you can also email us at edg@uw.edu if you have a technical support or content question. The fourth discussion, the fourth pinned discussion is Classroom Cafe, and it is a discussion forum for you to use, and you can socialize with your course peers here, and it doesn't necessarily have to be regarding course content. And then again, we've got these 5 module discussions listed here. Again, they are due in the odd week, so we don't have one due in every module. All right, the last tab I want to show you is this grades tab. So you can see your grades for the course by going to this tab. Now, a couple notes about this. So your grades will be listed as you submit these assignments and as your grades are posted. So once you've completed the assignments for module 1, the way that it works for the quizzes is that they're automatically graded. So you'll see your score right away for the quizzes. But for the discussion forums and for the written assignments, those are graded by us. And so you will have your grade posted the day after that assignment is due. So for example, this module 1 discussion is due October 9th. So you can expect to see your grade posted by the end of the day, October 10th. So just a note about that, like I said, you do have the opportunity to work ahead in the course. Since the assignments in the module open a week early, you can complete your assignments early. Just note that even if you do complete your assignments early, that doesn't mean that your grade will be posted early. So please feel free to complete your assignments early. We encourage you to do that. But note that your grade will still be posted the day after the assignment is due. The other thing I want to draw your attention to is at the very bottom of the page, there is a running total. And that is just a total of where your grade stands at that moment in time. So for example, if you complete the first 3 modules of the assignments for the first 3 modules, and you score well on them, then it would show what your grade is at that moment in time. But then if you proceed to not complete the next few modules in the course, then your grade would go down. So just note that that final grade here is just a snapshot at that moment in time, and that grade won't be finalized until the very end of the course. But it does give you a good idea of where you stand in the course. You also do receive, I believe, an email when a grade is posted. So just know that as soon as your grade is posted, you should get a notification for it. And then at the right here, we also have the grading rubric, which we've seen before. Shows you the grading rubric broken down here for each of the assignment groups. That was, well, let me go back to assignments. That was pretty much it, what I want to show you. If you have any questions, please feel free to type them in the Q&A pod, and we have some time to answer your questions here. While we wait for some questions to come in, I will want to just talk a little bit about the assignments and the due dates. So you can see here that this is the assignments tab where all of our assignments are listed. So the assignment for module 1 is due on October 9th. Now, for all of our assignments, we give an extra week that you can submit your assignment late. So the assignment for module 1 is due October 9th, but we'll keep it open until October 16th. So we'll keep it open for a full week past the due date. And that is so that if you happen to miss the deadline for the assignment, that you can go ahead and you can complete that assignment late. Your assignment will be marked late, but there's no penalty and there's no reduction in the number of points that you could get on the assignment. So if you happen to miss a deadline, just note that you can always complete an assignment late up to a week after the due date. However, once that extra week has passed, so for example, for the module 1 discussion, it would be open until October 16th. But once that October 16th date has passed, that extra week has passed, then the assignment would close and it can no longer be completed for grading. So again, the assignments open a week early. So you really have a 3-week window in order to complete all the assignments, because you can complete them a week early. You can complete them the week that we are covering the module, and then you can complete them a week late. So just keep that in mind, that all of the assignments have a 3-week window for you to complete. So if you get behind, just make sure you catch up within that 3-week window, and you're, again, always welcome to work ahead. Now, if you have something major that happens in your life that you are not able to complete an assignment within that 3-week window, please email me at edgh@uw.edu and let me know so that I can work with you. And then, that way we can figure something out for your situation. But for the most part, we have a 3-week window that you can use to complete these assignments. Another thing that I will say, because we are just wrapping up our courses from our summer term, a lot of times at the end of the course, I get emails from people saying, something came up, I wasn't able to complete the course assignment, is there anything I can do now? And unfortunately, once the course is over, there's really not much that can be done. So I really would encourage you to be in contact with me while the course is going on. For example, if you've got something going on that is taking away from the course for a chunk of time, a considerable amount of time, please let me know. And then that way I can work with you and make some accommodations for you. But if you email me after the course has ended and ask for me to, work with you and help you complete the assignments that you missed, it really is not possible for me to do that once the course is done. So just something to keep in mind, that we're here to help. We really want all of you to be successful in the course, And we want to do whatever we can to make sure that that is the case. So if you need any help, please let us know. Okay, I don't see any questions in the Q&A pod yet. Were there any questions in the chat section, or were there any questions that came in that you wanted to address, Liz, Missy, or Chris?
No questions at this time. Just a friendly reminder to everyone that we will be sending an email with a link to the webinar after it has ended and it's been produced. That's been the main question thus far. If you do have questions though, can you please type them in the Q&A button at the bottom of the screen, and we would be happy to respond to them.
I'll jump in really quickly and just let everyone know when we'll be adding you to the course or giving you course access. So as everyone knows, the course begins on the 3rd of October Pacific time. We'll be giving you course access about 1 to 2 days before that. So for you, that will be around the 30th of September or the 1st of October, just depending on where you're located and what your time zone is. And at that time, you'll get an invite to the course, and EDGH will follow up with an email that has directions for how you can log into the course website, which is Canvas, which is what you've been seeing today. So if you'll need additional login assistance, you can always let us know at edgh@uw.edu. Oh, I'm hearing that I'm not very loud, so I'll speak up a little bit. Hopefully that's a little better. So just again, to recap what I said, you'll receive course website access and login details by email about 1 to 2 days before the course starts at the email that you used to apply, and we'll make sure that you get logged in. And if you have questions, again, let us know at edgh@uw.edu.
Thanks, Missy. We did get some questions that came in. And since Dewa, you're on the screen, one of the questions we had was what was the difference between discussion module and module only? So discussions are a standard discussion forum. Maybe the confusion is where it says discussion module 1. We're just denoting which module the discussion is associated to. Modules are where all of the course content lives. And so within each module, you will have access to links to all the different assignments, but we also have this tab on the left side that you can access the activities as well. There was also a question about where we submit our writing assignments, and those are in the assignments tab. Thank you, Dewa. So if you were to, let's say module 2 assignment is open, when you click it, you will be able to review the instructions. You will enter and fill in the required expectations. So you will respond to the questions, and then there will be a submit button at the bottom of it. So you will just submit it directly in there.
Great, thanks, Liz. There was a question here about the quizzes, and the question is, as we said, there are 2 attempts for the quizzes, and the question is, are the questions the same for each attempt? And yes, the answer is both of the attempts have the same questions. And so, yeah, if you do the quiz the first time and you're not happy with your score, you are welcome to take it again. And then the higher score between the 2 attempts will be saved to the gradebook. One note about that, sometimes it takes a little while for your higher grade to be saved. So if you don't see the higher grade in the gradebook immediately, don't panic. It will update. It always does. Sometimes it just takes the system a little bit longer to do so. And again, if you take the quiz the first time and you do well on it, you don't have to take the quiz again. There's no requirement that you have to take it twice. There's a question that says, what is the link for joining the class? That will be emailed to you shortly before the course starts. So again, the course starts October 3rd. So you will be getting login information a few days before that. If you have any other questions, please feel free to type them in the Q&A pod and we'd be happy to answer them for you. There's a question from Esther that says, will you be sharing course due date and specific time? Yes, all of the due dates and times are listed in assignment. So you can see them here. The times that the assignments are due are always set for 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, which I understand is not necessarily your time zone. So there is an option for you to go into your Canvas and adjust it so that it shows it for your own local time zone. And we'll be sharing the information on how to do that once you're added into the course. And then the second part of the question was, if yes, are the times negotiable? So the due date times are not negotiable. So the assignments are due by these dates and times. If you submit an assignment late, it will be marked late. But again, like I said before, if you have something major going on in your life that is taking you away from the course, please email me and let me know, and I can work with you.
Thanks, Dewa. And to add to that, if you do want to see the due dates in the actual order that they're due, rather than chunked by the assignment type, you can go to syllabus. And at the bottom of the course syllabus, list all of the course assignments on their due date in the exact order that you submit them. So this way you can see them all in chronological order.
Thanks, Liz. There's a question here that says, are the questions timed for the quizzes? They are not timed. It used to be that there was a feature that would tell you how long it's taking you to complete the quiz. If that feature is still there, I'm not sure if it is, but if that feature is still there, you can feel free to just ignore that. You can take as long as you want on the quizzes. So really, you can take your time. It is an open book quiz. So you can use your materials that you have from the module to help you answer the questions. We definitely welcome you to do that. So the quizzes, there is no time limit on quizzes. There's another question that asks about the written assignments and whether or not they build each module like the ILT in our leadership and management course. And the answer is yes. So for the written assignments, you will be completing them. You'll be working on them each module, and then you'll be submitting them on the even numbered modules. So you'll just be submitting them every other week within the course. And then by the end, you should have most of the components together for your final project, for your policy brief.
And just to add to that, as you do submit the bi-weekly writing assignments, please remember to save those responses so that when you do put together the final project, that you're putting that information also into the final project. We don't want you to submit a blank assignment thinking that your weekly assignments were sufficient. There will be a little bit additional work to the final assignment just to make sure that it turns itself into a policy brief, but you do get to work on it each week and build on it. So it's not something that is separate and at the end.
Sorry, I was muted. There's a question here that says, will there be any educational webinars in the duration of the course, or will we rely strictly on the modules for content? And the answer is you will be relying on the modules for content. So all of our course materials that you need for the course can be found in the modules. All of the lectures, the readings, the activities, the assignments, all are in the modules. So this is the only webinar that we will do from our team with you all. And then again, if you are part of a site, then you'll have those site meetings throughout the course. So there is a question here asking to clarify the attendance requirement for the site meeting. So if you are part of the site, which most of you are, but if you are not part of the site, then this would not apply to you. You don't have an attendance requirement if you are taking the course as an independent participant. But if you are part of the site, if you registered for the course as part of the site, there is an attendance requirement. You have to attend at least 3 out of the 4 site meetings. And so you will want to connect with your site coordinator about when those will happen, and your site coordinator will take attendance for those. There's a question here about the how the certificate can be used. Missy, do you want to answer that question?
Sure. I need just a moment to take a look at it. I was responding to a different one. Yeah. Yeah, let me answer a little, and then I will share a link that might be helpful as well. So I'm just going to kind of respond generally that our courses are for professional development, and for those who don't know, the certificate for the course is validated for 7.5 CEUs. That stands for continuing education units. And those are not the same as academic credit, but but the professional development courses are an official educational activity of the university. So you may be able to use the professional development certificates you've earned to apply for credits with your local or national body. That's certainly something you can look into. You can read more about the certificates on our website, and I'll post a link that may be helpful for you. So many participants have shared that the courses they've taken have been helpful to include on their CVs. They felt very supported in their professional and educational advancement by taking the courses with us. And in surveys, many participants have also let us know that some have received promotions, some have taken on new responsibilities, some others have moved into advanced educational programs. And we've also heard from many participants that they've benefited through mentoring or other networking opportunities just by taking the courses, or maybe by participating at their local site. So so I hope that helps maybe answer a little bit of the question, but I will post again a link that that may have a little bit more that you can read about related to the certificate. And if you'd like to, we can respond a little bit more in depth if you email us at edgh@uw.edu. And I will post that link in the chat in just a moment.
Thank you, Missy. I think that one of the questions I want to address that I saw come through earlier is just about the coursework in the course and whether or not it is done individually or as a group. So just to clarify, all of the assignments need to be submitted individually. So even if you are part of a site group and you might be discussing your policy brief together and getting feedback with one another, you still need to work on your policy brief yourself, and you need to submit it individually in order to get credit. So attending your site meeting and having having that discussion with your site group about your assignment is great, and we want you to do that, but it doesn't actually give you the credit for completing it. You have to submit that work in Canvas in order to get graded for it. Another question that I get a lot that I'd like to answer is a lot of times people will email assignments to us. So just note that all of your assignments can be submitted on Canvas. So if you submit your assignments in Canvas, they don't need to be emailed to us. Just submitting them on Canvas is sufficient. We'll grade them, and that's how your grade will be posted.
And there is a question about what level the certificate is of importance, and in all honesty, it's really up to you and how you want to use your certificate of completion. We do suggest that you include your accomplishments on your CV, or if you're, looking for a new job opportunity, just to say that you have completed this course. But it's really up to you how you want to maximize the use of your certificate. And we do have a few minutes left in this orientation. So if you do have any final questions, please post them in the question and answer button or chat pod down below at the bottom of the screen.
One thing I'd like to reiterate while we wait for just a couple more questions to come in is when you email us with questions at edgh@uw.edu, Liz talked about this, but I just want to reiterate because it really is important. When you email us, please be sure to let us know what course you are asking your question in reference to. We get hundreds of emails every day, and when we get an email that says, I need help on this assignment, we first have to figure out what course the assignment is even in reference to. So when you email us, please be sure to reference what course you are asking about, what assignment you're asking about if you have a specific question about an assignment. Include the email address and the name that your name as it appears in Canvas. That allows us to help. That allows us to find you in our system, and then that way we can check your grade. We can take a look at the assignment and really get back to you right away. So we really get a high volume of emails every day, and in order to get back to you quickly and not keep you waiting, please be sure to just be as specific as possible when you email us and ask this question. There's a question about how assignments need to be submitted. And again, they need to be submitted in Canvas. So we can go with this. Is close, but I will get out of this. So you would see this in your Canvas, and then there would be an option for you to submit. You could post this discussion forum. All reasons for the course will be submitted in Canvas. There's a question here that says, does your team carry out health projects overseas? And we do not. Our team provides these professional development courses, and that's our focus. There's a number of organizations and institutions within the University of Washington that do projects in a lot of different areas around the world, but we do not directly. So there's questions about whether or not you would be an alumnus of the university after completing the course. So I just want to reiterate that this course is a professional development course. It is not an academic course. So it doesn't carry the same weight as an academic course would. And also when you complete this course, you're not, just because you received a certificate for the course doesn't mean that you have received a diploma for a program of study. So again, our courses are professional development courses. They are not academic courses. They are worth 7.5 CEUs or continuing education credits, and they can be used on your CV for work for educational experience for work. And we know that a lot of our participants have used the training that they've gotten from these professional development courses to help apply for a job or a promotion within their work. But again, these are not academic courses. Hopefully that answers that question. We just have a few more minutes left. If you have any final questions, please feel free to take them in the Q&A pod. And if you come up with any questions after our webinar has ended, you can feel free to email us at edgh@uw.edu. Since we're waiting for some questions, do you want to speak about the Canvas app and what we recommend in terms of accessing the course?
Sure, we get a lot of questions about people that would like to know if they should use the Canvas app to access the course. And we found that there is quite a few problems with the Canvas app, and we don't actually support it at the University of Washington. Whenever I get tech support questions from people, about 85% of the time, it's people that are using the Canvas app that are having problems submitting assignments, getting their discussion posts to go through, things like that. What you should do is, if you're on a mobile device, we really recommend using the Chrome browser, the Chrome mobile web browser for the phone. It really works great. And I think the Chrome browser is what we recommend for laptop and computers as well.
Great, thank you, Chris. So again, our course starts October 3rd and it runs to December 11th. And you will receive login information shortly before the course starts. Once you're in the course, maybe some of the questions or confusion that you might have will be alleviated once you're actually in the course and you're able to kind of navigate the course page on your own. Yes, please, if you do have any confusion or if you have any questions, you can always feel free to email us at edgh@uw.edu. We haven't had any questions come in, so I think we can go ahead and wrap there. Liz, what do you think? We just have a couple minutes left, so if you have any final questions, please let us know. Great. Well, I want to thank you all for joining us for this webinar. Again, we will share the link to this if you missed part of it or if you want to reference it again. We will be sharing the link to this webinar and it'll also be found in the course under the introductory module. But yeah, we are really excited to have you with us in this course, and I think you will enjoy the material and we look forward to it.